If we needed a better example of the issues facing humanity from here on out, the month of December and November and October have been prime examples of where to look. Everything that we are dealing with now in the world is not limited to just what is going on between Israel and Hamas. It is what's going on between humanity and its failure to recognize its own duties and obligations to be stewards of the planet. Here's a chart for December 2023. This month, the sun and rising are in Sagittarius and the moon is in Cancer. This appears to be the start of a long and deep soul searching that will reveal just how far we've strayed from the natural world as a species and from those documents that proclaim the new American nation as a beacon of hope for the world. Pluto's return to the position it held in Capricorn in 1776 is finished in the last degree of Capricorn, and a Sagittarius sun suggests that we realize this truth amidst an onslaught of propaganda. We are all involved in a socio-cultural crisis, which is really a wake-up call and an opportunity for us to begin forging a new vision upon which to base a more just humanity. So if you know your moon and rising signs, please listen for those as well. Aries. Your response to feeling hurt needs to be a desire to understand yourself better. Perhaps you want to run, to be free, to save yourself. You might actually be trying to find yourself. Taurus. You have an increased understanding of how your contributions affect others. You are becoming more confident expressing yourself, and you are breaking new ground every day. Gemini. Casting self-doubt aside seems to be ineffective until you realize the concepts of sides is an intellectual prison. You are on all sides. Now the conditions are ripe for having faith in yourself. Cancer. You need to take an active part in the reconstruction of your identity. Take this opportunity to nurture your true self and feel the inner peace and independence of being yourself. Leo. Honesty is not only the best policy, it is where your strength lies. You can help resolve conflicts by demonstrating the truth in creative ways that diffuse the appetite for fighting yet more battles. Virgo. Your relationship asks you to acknowledge your own needs equally with those of your partner and others. You are far more powerful than you imagine. Self-doubt actually comes from others. Libra. Surrounded as you are by intense social conflict, provide a compassionate voice and refuse to participate. Erring on the side of truth is better than refusing to stand for anything at all. Scorpio. As a natural-born survivor, you know conflict weakens everyone. Your actions are positive when motivated by thoughts of healing, but avoid using this need for healing to seek revenge. Sagittarius. Recognizing that you cannot advance without first acknowledging the true significance of your own internal conflicts. The challenge is to rise above self-doubt and speak your truth. Capricorn. Pluto is leaving Capricorn soon, leaving behind social structures that are gutted and hollow. Shakespeare provides the truth. Quote, "The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars, but in ourselves." Unquote. Aquarius. It is the Aquarian nature to provide real solutions rather than denouncing a litany of issues. Participate by helping to organize compassionate services for those in need of healing. And finally, Pisces. The world is teeming with emotional trauma. Watching this drama unfold, you seek to resolve your feelings of anger and spiritual anguish by advocating for real, compassionate changes. The angles of this chart, Sagittarius rising, Pisces 4th house, Gemini 7th house, and Virgo 10th house, all call for a new path founded on human compassion designed to resolve conflicts by giving support to those highest human ideals that are now under siege. The sun on the horizon and the moon above points to a real need for us to give spiritual voice and support for those fundamental human ideals that world leaders have abandoned. The moon is in the 8th house of results, showing that the people need to strengthen their call for adherence to those high ideals of compassion and service. The Sagittarius ascendant provides a spiritual direction for achieving change, since Uranus, the planet of change, is in the goal-oriented last planet below the horizon. The north node of the moon in Aries continues to be challenging us to work toward a serious change of direction, while the south node of the moon in the Gemini section of Libra continues to ask that we surrender to the idiocy of a so-called necessary conflict that must be contained rather than resolved. The moon in any chart represents the people or humanity, and this moon is in the 8th house, demonstrating that it is humanity itself that must build more compassionate socio-political structures and thus overcome the cult of gods that have ruled over mankind. This Cancer moon bears the quality of compassion, bringing to many minds a hard view of current reality, which underscores the great human suffering and issues a dire call to humanity for moving toward a more universal and spiritual healing.